Shotguns are an incredibly important part of any operator's kit. Despite the fact they're awful at winning most gunfights, they're the only weapon class that can make walkable rotates in a soft wall. Despite their weakness in most gunfights, their power is undeniable, so long as you have a reliable weapon to pair it with. It's a real shame so few operators have a machine pistol to pair them with. Oh, wait a minute! Yes, we're talking about secondary shotties. Let's jump into it. What's poppin', gamers? We'll start off with the first and worst shotty. If you've seen my YouTube short on it, you'll know the Glaive 12 is not actually it, because that short was made before it got buffed. No, the actual worst secondary shotty is the Bailiff. The Bailiff is the only shotty that fires 4 pellets instead of 8. This makes it super unreliable per shot, only really being good against plaster. It's also incredibly weak per shot, doing 30 damage a pellet. That's only 120 damage per shot, a solid 72 damage below second place. It has an atrocious reload speed at 3.5 seconds and a 5-round magazine. Now I'm sure you're asking, are there any redeeming factors to this gun? And to that I say fire rate. It fires about as fast as you can pull the trigger, making it not worthless at point blank range. Aside from that, it has the quality of being a fantastic addition to operators that need some soft destruction, but would be overpowered with a proper secondary shotty. I would actually love it being added to over a dozen operators like Smoke, Ella, Cade, or even Vigil. I have no data on this, but during the last few big events I saw dozens of rounds where 4 defenders were bringing some kind of shotty, so not having one can really be a death sentence for an op. And finally, I will leave you with one last tip on how to use it. The Bailiff is at its best while crouched and moving, when the hipfire cone is at a perfect medium. It's good enough to make a crouched rotate in plaster walls in 3 to 4 shots. But for win walls, it's not uncommon to need 5 or 6 if the wall is especially resilient. Speed can also help in destruction, but mostly, it's just learning how to be efficient with reloading that's going to give you the most mileage. The second weakest is, yes, the Glaive, but only by a bit. As mentioned earlier, I made a short about why the Glaive is so bad, but most of its problems have actually been fixed, and now I kinda like it. Let's go over all my points from that short and see if they fixed it. Its first and worst problem was its damage and range, dealing 63 damage at 5 meters and 47 at 7. The gun now does 68 damage at 5 meters and 68 damage at 15. That's good enough to 2-shot every op in the game outside of Finka boosted 3 armors. Pretty much fixed. Being a 3-shot kill isn't great for a semi-automatic, but some guns get away with it by having insanely large mag sizes. The Glaive 12 has 4 bullets per mag. Not fixed, still incredibly painful. It was also terrible for soft destruction because it was slow at it and had 29 shells at max. This made even half a sight setup take pretty much all your ammo. This has been fixed. It now has 44 total ammo, making the choice between sight setup and having a secondary less of a choice. The gun used to have pretty annoying recoil, making rapid fire 2-taps much hard to go for without a vert grip. This has been fixed, making the use of a different grip much less punishing. It still has a 3-second reload, making each mag incredibly important. Angled is now much more usable and is highly recommended because of its magazine troubles. Its ADS speed is still slow, but laser might not be worth it anymore since the gun can actually kill people now, so like, half fixed. The irons still suck. And finally, the skins. It still only has the one skin, but at least it's got more universals than the Glock does. The ITA-12 is the first secondary shotgun that was ever added to the game. It used to have a comical stat spread of 70 damage per pellet, dealing 560 damage a shot, but only at 1 meter. It then plummeted by 9 damage per meter to a point it suddenly had a normal looking stat spread at like 5 meters. Now it is probably the weakest pump action in the game, doing 29 damage a pellet. It also has really bad spread, making it bad at both killing and soft destruction because sometimes the pellets just fly off into the abyss, never to be seen again. That being said, it actually fires 8 pellets, immediately making it more reliable than both the Bailiff and the Glaive. It is a very boring shotgun. It has 5 rounds, sucks at killing, and is annoying to use, but does everything you'd want a secondary shotgun to do. No further comments. And finally, the absolute banger of a secondary, the Super Shorty. This is everything a secondary shotgun can and should be. It has the most reliable soft destruction, a fast rate of fire for a pump action, and is actually reliable in close range. The one and only drawback is having a 3-round mag, and a bugged reload that makes me cancel the reload before I'm supposed to. It does 35 damage a pellet, doing 208 damage a trigger pull, has a pretty fast reload. If they fix the reload bug, I literally have 0 complaints. Straight up, if they want to make the other ones better, just make it closer to the Shorty. And that's all the secondary shotguns. I know I didn't give any tips for soft destruction with the Glaive, but my next video is going to be going over slug shotties as a whole, so I'm saving them for that. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see slugfire shotties covered, subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.